Namaha. Sripadavallabha Narasimha Saraswati Sri Guru Dattatreya Namaha. Asato ma Sadgamaya Tamaso ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Yesterday we talked about Bharatiya, Agastya and Bharatiya. What does Bha mean?
Jnanam.
Prakashni, Yamnama?
Jnanam.
Yeah. The Prakasham, and the Prakasha, what radiances is knowledge, right? Knowledge is the one that radiances. And Rata meaning? Rata? What does Rata mean?
Practice.
Rata means one who is interested in that, one who is interested in it. Okay. So that's one. Bharata means one who is interested in knowing the ultimate reality, in knowing that kind of knowledge. In that is what our ultimate reality is Paramatma. We call it in different names. We call it. Today we are going to talk a little about 4 Purusharthas. Purusharthas. So the first one is Dharma. Say that Dharma. Artha. Kaama. Moksha. Moksha. Karma is not the Purushartha. Purushartha. That's what I said. There are 4 Purusharthas. Purusha. Yesterday we talked about Purusha means what? One who tries. One who does stuff. Okay. One who does activities. One who does tries is known as Prayatnatvat Purushaha. So Purushartha means, that means whatever he is doing, what are the activities in order to, in the path of trying, what are the activities that he is doing, and in those activities are divided into 4 categories. What is it that he has to achieve? What is it that, not he, I mean, what is it that Purusha has to achieve? He meaning it could be she, he, or anybody, it doesn't matter. So there are 4 of them. Dharma, Artha, Kaama, Moksha. Please remember those things. Please remember those 4: Dharma, Artha, Kaama, Moksha. So in the Vedic way of life, like in the Vedic way, we say there is only one way actually. We can say different ways and all, but only way is Vedic way. And Dharma is given very, very important, a lot of importance. So that is why living by Vedas is known as living by Dharma. Like if you follow whatever that is told in Vedas, that is called living. I am living according to Dharma. It is like that. So, and one second, please. Sit down. Sit down. Now, a human being may have a lot of aims in life. If you ask an ordinary person, what do you want to achieve in life? You will get many different answers. What is it? Rich. Okay, to get rich, to get a lot of money. Many people want that. Okay, you will get a lot of different answers. Some people will want different kind of stuff. Some people will like food. Some people will like different traveling. Some people like a lot of stuff. They based on what is their taste or what do they want. So the 4 main goals that are there for everybody, whatever you say, they will come under these 4 categories called Dharma, Artha, Kaama, Moksha. So these are the Purusharthas. So whatever you want to achieve. So in Sanatana Dharma or Vedic Dharma, whatever we say, these 4 have a central and governing role. Everything we are, whatever you want, it goes towards that. So the word Purushartha comes from Purusha meaning human being. Okay, Purusha means human being. Keep that in mind. It's not a man, it means human being. And Artha meaning purpose, meaning or benefit. Okay, purpose, meaning or benefit. Okay, so Purushartha means the aims of a human being that a human being should strive for. What does he want? What does that human being want, like that? So we may think that these are simple because we are very familiar with them, but then we have to reflect deeply. We see how much profound wisdom the great sages they have embedded in these 4. There is a lot of wisdom. You guys know what does wisdom mean, right? I don't have to tell you. So of this, the first one, Dharma, and the last, Moksha, generally people do not think. They always think about Artha, Kama. These are the two most commonly people pursue. We want money, 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 or you want to experience the happiness. You want to somehow give comfort to this body. So that is Artha, Kama. So they leave Dharma and Moksha, but they are very, very important. The word Kama means here pleasure or enjoyment, the desire to experience the happiness. Okay, the desire you say, but desire of what? Desire to experience the happiness is known as Kama. So the desire to enjoy comforts under the Kama Purushartha. Naturally, human being wants to live happily, enjoying through all the senses. Like with this eyes, you want to see whatever, like you want to play video games if you take kids, or if you want to play something or the other, you will be interested in something. So you will be constantly wanting to do that with these eyes. Or if you like some kind of food, you will be always wanting to eat that kind of food and satisfy your taste, not really your tummy, but your taste. Okay, so you have to separate those things and see. Yeah. So to enjoy this way, what are all we need? What we need is resources. You need something, right? So those resources are known as Artha. So now I'm giving you the definition. See, Artha, Kama means the desire to experience happiness. Try to remember this, okay? Kama means the desire to experience the happiness. Whereas this desire, excuse me. Then the Artha means by the means of which, like you get the resources or the means by which you get that happiness is called Artha. So we earn Artha for the sake of Kama. So it could be the Artha could be money, the Artha could be in any other way also. Okay, but those are the resources. That's what you should know. So what are the resources? Resources are called Artha. Yeah. So however, the sages did not say Artha and Kama are necessary. So in our, you might think, okay, Andy is only going to talk about the Dharma, Moksha and all. But no sages, they did not say that Artha and Kama are necessary. We all took birth because we all have some kind of desire. We all have some kind of desire. So we need to take it, to fulfill that, those desires which are according to Dharma. We have to remember that. So nor did they say you don't have to shun them all, like you don't have to reject them all. When they said that before Artha and Kama, we should first earn Dharma. Dharma itself is the great goal. If we get Dharma, first thing, through Dharma, then we should acquire Artha and fulfill Kama. We should acquire the resources, okay, Artha, and then fulfill our desires, Kama, like that. Try to understand. So first one should practice what? Dharma. Then Artha, they have to earn following Dharma and then fulfill their desire also according to the Dharma. And then Moksha can be considered later. This is for general natural living process, that's all. So Dharma should be the guiding principle of life. It teaches how to live and conduct oneself. What does Dharma teach you? It teaches you how to live and conduct yourself. Okay, that is how I should be. You can take, obviously, though you, Shrikara, you listen to Ramayana, you know that. But the thing is, you need to focus that into your normal life, into your regular life. You have to get it into the life and then think like it. So earn Artha and fulfill Kama, but so in accordance with Dharma. When Artha and Kama are pursued within the limits of Dharma, they remain under control. There should be a regulator like that. So this discipline benefits the individual. First, by following Dharma, who gets benefit? Who gets benefited?
The human.
The human. The person who is following, they will get benefited. And moreover, their family gets benefited and their society gets benefited. If one person, what happens is if one person behaves like, if there is a corrupt somebody, it's not man or let's corrupt somebody. Okay, let us, corrupt somebody, then what happens because of them? First, they will not experience any kind of problem. Because of them, the entire society will experience the problem first. Okay, and then later they will experience the problem. Not in this birth, maybe in next birth. However, they will experience. Okay, but that will happen. Because of people who are not following Dharma, because of them, the entire society, it gets lost. So therefore, to speak about Dharma, we should understand. Now we are going to talk about Dharma Purushartha a little more. Dharma actually means it teaches you how to live and conduct yourself. We talked about that. The actual meaning of it is that which upholds. Say that.
Which upholds.
Which upholds. Yeah, that which upholds. So whatever guides us, keeps us in order and sustains in such a way that we are following a discipline every day. Like every day, in every way. In every way, you have an approach. You have a disciplined way. That is dharma. It's very, very. So dharma involves rules, discipline, and an orderly way of life. To live with such discipline, method, and regulation is the dharma. Okay. So remember that. What is there in dharma? Discipline, method, and regulation. You have to follow rules and regulations. That means dharma. If people act recklessly in pursuit of artha, like you want to earn resources, and for the resources, in order to fulfill your desires, okay. If they behave recklessly, what happens? It becomes dangerous both to the individual and the society. So to avoid such chaos, a system is needed, and that system is the dharma. Okay, to remove the chaos, to make sure there is no dangerous things happening and all. There are no. So dharma grants longevity to a person. What is the ultimate, the other benefits that you get? Okay, you will get longevity. Like you follow dharma, you eat sattvic food every day. Let us say you eat sattvic food every day, which does not cause any problems to your. Then what happens? Your body will get healthy. If your body gets healthy and you breathe properly, and you do breathing exercise, you do all those things, your longevity will increase.
Maybe
That is the first thing.
Agastya now.
Wait, this is very, very important. So moreover, because of discipline, a person will continue to be well in future too. Therefore, Artha and Kaama, they require control, and that control is called dharma. So another thing added to dharma: discipline. Say that. Discipline, method, regulation, control. These are all very, very important aspects of dharma. So the Vedas teach that in many ways. Practice dharma, stand in truth, do not abandon, non-violence. Do not abandon non-violence. Okay, that means you have to be. And then these may sound like mere instructions, but to make instructions meaningful, an example of the story is also needed. So when a good teaching is given, a story alongside, it helps us illustrate the to clarify the ideal life. You can take Rama. Rama is an example. Rama is the best example for everything. But the sages also always followed this kind of instructions. Bodha, Bodha meaning direct instruction. Like I'm telling you, okay, dharma means discipline, method, regulation, control, all these things. And at the same time, Gatha. Gatha meaning illustrative stories. You talk about how Rama lived his life, how Rama carried out everything. And how in every step of the way, he always thought, is the dharma upholding or not? Is the dharma upholding or not? Like that. Like, recently I learned one thing. Okay, when Rama, when he left Sita there, when he left Sita to go for the, in the forest, at that time, he performed one wrong thing. That is why later he had to fight with his own sons and all. It happens. No, I will tell you later. That story is, that's why I'm trying to create interest. I'm trying to create interest by telling you some small stuff. Okay. So dharma, adharma, all these things will come into play. And Bharata also, he did not listen to his father when Rama went for exile for 14 years. Bharata is supposed to sit on the throne and rule the kingdom as per Kaikeyi, right? But what happened? He did not do that. He went to Nandigrama, he stayed there, and he tried to rule from there by putting padukas on the throne and all. And that also earned him a little bit of not followed. He did not follow the order that is given by his parents. So that is a little bit of adharma. And for that also he had to go through something, which we will talk in future later. Okay.
How about tell us now?
No. I am going to just pick your interest, and we are going to continue this Dharma Purushartha. Okay, Dharma Purushartha a little more tomorrow, because I want to give you a little bit of this serious kind of thing also, a little in between. Okay, yesterday we talked about Agastya. What did we talk? Agastya, what did we say about Agastya?
Lopamudra.
Lopamudra, yeah, how Lopamudra got created, yes.
And how they got a son.
And
Well, they're getting some.
yeah, that's not only that. He wanted to get a son in order to get Pitru Devatas out of the
Yes, but still, he's
thing,
doing
but he has to get the son. But then what did she say? She said, you have to get some wealth. Right? And for that, he went around and he asked for wealth, and he killed Ilvala and Vatapi, Vatapi in the process.
Ilava.
Right? Ilvala. It's not Ilava. Ilvala. Okay. And we also learned about how various trees are associated with various mantras. Okay. Do not forget that. Like how Ashwatha and Nyagrodha, banyan tree, all these trees are actually mantra forms of uh, trees. Trees that are mantras that are in tree form. You have to take it like that. Now what happened? He got the entire wealth. Remember how he got so many milch cows, got this, so much gold and all, and then he came back, right? And now what happened? He got that entire wealth and he gave it to Lopamudra Devi. And he gave her ornaments and all. He said, now we need sons. I know you also have desire for sons. So do you want 10 sons whose strength is equal to 100 strong ones each, or do you want 100 sons? Like that. And she was listening. Do you want 100 sons? He is giving her choice. No. Yeah. She is going to take the choice. And she,
Obviously, it's gonna be 100.
no. She was listening, and Sage Agastya said, otherwise, do you want 10 sons whose strength is equal to 100 strong ones, or one son who is equal to 1000 strong sons? Okay, that is what he gave a choice.
One.
He asked for, okay, yes, I want one son only. So thereafter, a son was born to them, and he had excellent brilliance, and they named him Tejaswi. Say that, Tejaswi. And after that, Agastya offered water to Pitrudeva and who were hanging upside down from the divine tree, if you remember, and they freely went to the Pitrulokas. Even though Sage Agastya was not at all related to him. Sage Agastya does not have any parents. You must remember that, right? His Brahma Amsha is born out of a pitcher, his Kumbha Sambhava. So he lifted them. He took the responsibility of sending the Pitru Devatas to their own lokas. Okay, everybody can do this, guys. For the welfare of the worlds, every day, like in the summer and all, how we did the 7-minute meditation for the welfare of the worlds, like that, you have to do it every day. Every day, if you do it, it will happen. That is, yeah.
Isn't that literally the same thing then?
Yeah, but when you really be quiet and pray for it, then it will come. Well, now the world requires it. That's the reason. So, Sage Agastya, he always did something. Every time, whatever the task he did, it is always for the welfare of the worlds. Keep that in mind. And that is how all the sages are. All the sages, whatever they did, they never did it for themselves. Then they will not be called sages or rishis at all if they do something for themselves. So they always did something for others only. Even if they accumulated some tapas, they always gave it to others later. So after marriage, Agastya and Lopamudra, they stayed in Kashi for thousands of years in their heritage with bilva trees. If you remember how they raised bilva trees and all the time. And they always were worshipping Lord Shiva. And they also had jasmine plants, champaka flowers, and with those jasmine flowers and all.
Plant flowers and trees.
They made their own garden. It's very, very beautiful garden. And those jasmine plants, they bloomed in all seasons. They were extremely fragrant, and their fragrance used to go for 1 yojana. You guys remember how much is 1 yojana? I am pretty sure Shrikara remembers.
Isn't it like 10, like
8 miles. 8 miles.
You made me think yojana was actually very, very long.
Yeah, yojana is 8 miles. 8 miles is very long, sir.
8 miles is here to a fountain.
Yeah. So she made garlands of them and kept it Lord Shiva, Parvati Devi, Ganapati, Kumaraswamy and all. And she always did service to her husband and grew the jasmine plants and making garlands and giving it to God. That's what she used to do all the time. That is how their general life used to happen like that. With in between tidbits like this happen. So once Lord Brahma came over there. Generally, Brahma only appears to people who do tapas. But Agastya is always doing tapas only. But still, Brahma came for a purpose there. he did general he said without invitation when he came, he said, I wanted to see you, hence I came here without any reason. So Sage Agastya became extremely happy and said, this is indeed impossible thing to happen. One has to do thousands of years of tapas in order to get a vision of you. But I am so fortunate. So you are very merciful. But you are here means there is something. You want me to do something. That is why you are here. So what is it for? So Lord Brahma said, "Oh Taponidhi," meaning treasure of ascesis, ascesis, and because of sages like you only, the entire universe it's running smoothly, properly, and all without any normal people. They perform millions of sins. They keep on doing sins. They make lot of mistakes. They follow. They do not. Yeah, not only in Kali Yuga. In some other yugas also these things happen. So generally in Kali Yuga, the job for Agastya will be a little more actually. What is it?
I'm saying, is what you're talking about
This is happening in Kruta Yuga.
Okay, I don't understand then.
Okay. Huh?
I don't understand then.
How do?
They say in Kruta Yuga, there's millions and millions of sins.
They keep on talking because for the purpose of a river has to come now. That is the reason why.
But Ganga?
Okay.
Yamuna?
No, I will tell you. Not Ganga, Yamuna, they came because of different reasons. Okay, now this is a different river. So normal, now all are taken, whatever the sins and adharmas that people do, generally sages take them. And sages actually wash them away. They do their own assesses and they give that to normal people and they try to remove the sins of the normal people. That's one. So tapas of sages like you is protecting this world. So otherwise there is no way you can control the mistakes of the human beings. Like that, now Brahma is telling him. And human race should always remember the sages. So one thing guys, we are learning about sages because there is a debt called Rishi Runam. Rishi Runam. Okay, we have debt towards them because they actually saw the mantras, saw the Paramatma.
How do you see it?
They can see it because they have a supernatural power and because of their ascetic power.
I'm talking about the mantras.
Mantras cannot be. Yeah, mantras also can be seen only. That is the sound. It is the sound. The sound can be seen. You can take a picture of the sound. Why don't you research about it? You can actually take a picture of the sound.
Sound waves?
Yes, you can take picture of the. Yes.
Nobody uses that, okay? Nobody.
No, you find out and then talk. Okay, that is true. So otherwise, so now what happens? We are learning by learning about the sages. We are actually trying to get free from the debt. I am not going to say rid of because that's a wrong term to use. We have to get free from that debt. That's the reason why. And people should always do namaskaram to the sages. Always, every day we have to do because every day like we have Narayana Samarambham Vyasa Sankara Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. You have to do namaskaram to the sages and the sages are in the process of the gurus only. They are in the lineage of, like the gurus only. So now Brahma came here to tell one small thing and that is he continued in the southern country. Okay, there are two versions of this story. One version is like that sage is in the north only, and the other version is he is in the south. Okay, south of the Vindhya. Okay, you have to take it like south of the Vindhya mountains, like that.
Are you going to say the one that's on the north?
Hmm?
Did you say the north one?
North of the Vindhya, like that you can say. North of the Ganga or Vindhya.
It's the north one?
North what?
The north of the Vindhya mountains.
Yeah. No. We are going to talk about that later. Today we are going to talk about someone. So in the southern country, there was a sage called Kavera. Say that? Kavera. So he did a lot of severe assesses for Shiva, and after a long time, Shiva showed his grace on him and appeared, and he asked him, "What do you want?" The sage said, "I want mukti." But Lord Shiva did not say. He did not say anything. He said, "Okay, I am not supposed to give that to you. You do assesses for Brahma. Through Brahma, you will attain that knowledge and attain mukti." So mukti does not come to everybody just like that. We have to understand that. We have to know that mukti means what? Being free from everything. Mukti itself, the term itself means being free from everything. That means Who is free from everything? Paramatma. Okay, but that means you have to become
Which
one
is
with Paramatma.
also Shiva.
Which is also Shiva, which is also any form of Paramatma, doesn't matter. So mukti means becoming free. Okay, and getting rid of all these mohas. All the mohas meaning delusions. All these mohas, all the delusions, we have to get free of them. Okay, Shiva said that, okay, you have to do ascesis for Brahma, and he disappeared, and Kavera did tapas for the Brahma. And then Brahma appeared to him, and Brahma told him, you know why Shiva did not give mukti to you? Because you have so many desires. Okay, from your maybe in this birth you might not have, but in the uh, there are some desires that were there from your previous births also. They are not fulfilled yet. If what happens if you get mukti if once your desires are not fulfilled? Okay, here I am going to tell you an amazing story of Satyabbhama. Okay, remember, listen to this carefully. Satyabbhama is one of the consort of Lord Krishna. Okay, of the 8 consorts, and he has 16,108 wives. Okay, that is there. But these 8 consorts are known as the primary queens, like that. You can take like that. Patta Mahishis, they are called. So Satyabbhama is one of them. Once what happened, Satyabbhama, she asked Lord the Krishna Paramatma, okay, what is it? What am I in my previous life? This is the question she asked. Then Krishna said, why do you want to know? Then said, no, I'm very much interested. You are Paramatma, you know everything, right? Why don't you tell me? Then he said, yes. Then your name was, in your previous birth, your name was Gunavati. Gunavati. And and as Gunavati, you had a husband and you had a father. And at that time, what happened? Um, you were living happily for some time. You used to be very devoted to me, devoted to Keshava, meaning Madhava, Krishna, or Vishnu, you can say. Okay, Vishnu. And what happened once your father and your, when you were, even if you were, it was not a long time after marriage also, immediate, like after immediately or a little bit time after marriage. Like that, they were going in the forest and they got eaten by a lion or tiger or something like that. They got eaten by some wild animal. Then what happened? You lost both of them. You lost a father, and then what happened at that time? She was instead of getting sad and all, you actually devoted yourself completely to Paramatma, Vishnu Paramatma, and you kept on chanting his name, and you did all Ekadashi Upavasas. Only you Ekadashi Upavasas, the entire life you lived, and you left the body, and then you left the body. And then what happened? You came to Vaikuntha because of that great Ekadashi Upavasas and a lot of devotion you had towards me. You came to Vaikuntha. But in Vaikuntha, you know, what did you ask after coming to Vaikuntha? Okay, you wanted to have a marriage, you wanted to get a husband who's um, who is going to live forever. So you wanted me, you wanted Vishnu himself as husband. Okay, then you ask me, you ask as when you ask Vishnu, like I want to get you as husband. Then I felt like after coming to Vaikuntha, having this kind of desires is really weird. Okay, but still you have the desire, so you are going to be born again. You are going to be born again, and you are going to be born as Satyabbhama, and as Satyabbhama, you are going to marry me in the Krishna, in the Krishna incarnation, like that. She said, he said. And then that is the reason why she was born again. And even now also it is said that she is doing some tapas somewhere because
అదేంటో భూదేవి అంటారు కదండి సత్యభామ.
this is the truth. Krishna said this. Okay. Those are all movies. Movies will say everything. Okay. Uh, those are all movies. And that's what. This is from the Purana. And this is from the Purana. This is the Purana story. And this is how it happened. So even now also, Satyabhama, she did not realize what is Krishna Paramatma. She even
నిజంగానే సత్యభామ అలా ట్రాంకీగా ఉంటుందా, అది మేడప్ స్టోరీసా?
okay. One thing is Satyabhama she has devotion. She is arrogant and she is always constantly. Everybody will have different kind of personalities, right? So what happens is she is constantly like she wants Krishna only to himself, herself. Is that possible? Can Paramatma be only to one being? No, right?
That's what mine
Okay,
says,
and she
okay.
does not that other person should not have. I should only have that attitude. Makes her take births again. That's what happens. That is why, in order to conquer that, she is doing tapas right now. Even now, also, she is there doing tapas in Himalayas. That's what they say. Okay, it is told in Puranas. This is not something I made up. This is from the Bhagavata Purana. In Bhagavata, it is there, and in Bharatam, it is there. Okay, in Jaimini Bharata, lot of scriptures it is mentioned. In Garuda Purana, like that. Okay, and lot of many other things like. Any more questions? Because of her attitude, you know what happened once she asked Draupadi, even when in Mahabharata also it is told that she came to Draupadi and she asked, okay, I have one husband, I cannot control him. How are you able to control? How are you able to keep your 5 husbands in control like that? She asked me and even my husband also, when you say Krishna, immediately he appears. He won't appear for everybody like that. Like that, she asked, even Draupadi also she asked. Like look at the attitude. The attitude is the thing that matters. I'm not saying anything wrong about her, but people are of different personalities. And we have to understand that. We have to try and understand who can achieve Paramatma and what kind of attitude we should not have in order to achieve Paramatma. Like that. Yes.
కాదు అంటే రుక్మిణీదేవిని రాధ వీళ్ళిద్దరూ లక్ష్మీదేవి అంశలు అంటారా?
Everybody is Lakshmi Devi Samsha. Let us not talk like that. Okay, everybody is Lakshmi Devi Samsha. You are also Lakshmi Devi Samsha. It's not like that. We cannot put our finger on that. But one thing is, her previous life, she is Gunavati. That is for sure. Her name is Gunavati. Even Krishna himself mentioned that. Draupadi also knows that. Okay, Draupadi also knows that. I will tell you more stories in order to make you believe that. Okay, Prakashni? Sir, but you have to have faith in, like, this is something, this is not a made up story, not by anybody. Okay, this I listened in a discourse and I'm telling you the same. I will give you the references in the Puranas also, like that. So keep that in mind. This is the thing of the Satyabbhama. So one should, the desire needs to be fulfilled. That's what we have been talking about in Dharma section also. Today we have been talking about that. The desire has to be fulfilled. The Kaama, okay, the desire to get happiness can be fulfilled using the resources, but those resources have to be earned according to Dharma and according to this thing. Okay, and at the same time, our buddhi, the intellect, is something that we need to train. Okay, we need to train that. So this man, this sage Kavera, he also had a lot of desires and he wanted to fulfill. If they are not fulfilled, again he might have to come back and take birth again. Okay, that happens. Why are we being born? Because of the desires we have. That's the only reason. And that is the, now Shiva ordered you to do tapas for that only. So you have to take up the grihastha and you have to get a daughter who is born for a purpose. That daughter has to be born to you only because you may once upon a time, maybe he might have asked Vishnu Maya to be born as her daughter. Vishnu Maya meaning what? Parvati Devi herself, right? Vishnu Maya is nothing but Yoga Maya, Parvati Devi, like that. So after she is born, after that lady, whatever daughter, if she is born, and all the obstacles in your path to get moksha, they will be gone. And then you will attain the mukti. You will be free from this birth and death cycle, like that. So the daughter will be born to you, whoever, that she is not an ordinary one, and she is Vishnu Maya. And after that, Sage Kavera, he took the grihastha ashrama, he got married, and his daughter was also born. And now he is waiting mukti, uh, uh, waiting for mukti, and that Vishnu Maya who is born to him, she is doing tapas over there. She is also actually doing tapas to get him mukti. So now what happened? If you remember Lopamudra is made out of all the Shaktis in the Prakriti, right? Do you guys remember that?
Yeah.
He took all the energy from the Shakti, from the trees and all the energy from the animals, and he made that into a form, and that became Lopamudra.
No.
There is no some, one thing, Kanna. Okay.
I mean
Light
SOME,
from, okay.
not SUM.
Yeah. One thing, remember. You take a light, Okay, you light a lamp, right? Like near Paramatma, when we light the lamp, deepam. Okay, what happens? You take one more vati and you put one more deepam. That deepam's light, will it reduce?
No.
It will be there like that only, right? And you can light 100 more lamps like that, but still the light will be like that only, and no other light will
Actually,
reduce.
That harmful have probably decreased a bit because you light it into
The,
100.
the intensity of the light will not decrease. Remember that. Remember that. That is what applies in this. All the divine energy, all the light,
Buy something.
dark energy is different. The light energy is different. Light energy always multiplies. In yes.
Think
Hmm.
if somebody lights one lamp or candle
Hmm.
and then lights 100 other,
Hmm.
it might have a bit less. Yes, the first one.
Hmm.
By the time it's done.
Okay. No. It's not like that. It depends on how much oil is there in that this thing. Okay, you put sufficient oil, it'll light very nicely. So remember this, divine energy always multiplies. Okay, I don't know why it came like that. Okay, anyway, your wife Lopamudra is one amsha, right? She is one part of the Vishnu Maya, and this Kaveri Muni's daughter also is also one part like that only. So you accept her as your consort. So now he ordered Sage Agastya to go and take her in marriage like that. And so Sage Agastya obeyed Brahma's order and he accepted Kaveri also as his consort. So Sage Agastya has Lopamudra, Kaveri as his consorts, and that is another reason he came to southern country. It is said that Kaveri always flows in the south. Anyway, I will tell you now. Now, this is before becoming river. So Kaveri said to Sage Agastya, my purpose of this birth is accomplished. My father got mukti because I am born, and as per Lord Vishnu's order, I have to turn into river now. This Kaveri has to turn into river now. So how are you going to get any happiness if you marry me now? So Sage Agastya said, even if you turn into river, you are going to be my consort as because Lord Brahma asked me to do that. Brahma asked me to actually make you as your consort, as my consort. So Kaveri said, then why should I become your consort first or become river? I will, sure. And then what would I do is I will become your consort and then I'll become river and I'll become going to your kamandalu. Kamandalu meaning the small kind of vessel that they carry in which they put water in. Okay, they always carry water with them, always, wherever they do, in order to do achamanam, immediately they will have the kamandalu with them. I have to buy a kamandalu like that.
Why?
I think, I'm just thinking. Saying that, because I have one, this thing. What is it?
Very helpful.
Yeah, in order to do tapas. Okay, saying that he entered his kamandalu in the form of water, and it is said that Sage Agastya left the water in his kamandalu. He just, you know what he did? He just made it fall down like this, and that from that kamandalu, Kaveri river, big river came in the southern part of the India, like that, Bharat. So no one knows where Kaveri is actually born if you go and see. So it is also said that Kaveri Muni came south and then he took bath in Kaveri river and then attained Mukti. That is also another version. Different versions of the same story, maybe based on different kalpas. We talk about like several kalpas. Stories happen, but they happen in different ways in every time when they happen.
What if them just aren't real?
They are all real. If you say what if you should not approach all these stories with any kind of doubt. That is what we started these classes with.
But the variations.
Variations are there. Variations are there because there are a lot of kalpas. That's what I'm telling you. In lot of kalpas, things happen, but maybe in different ways they will happen. But they will happen. That's the thing. So that is the karma pasha. That's what we are talking about. Karma pasha meaning the rope. Pasha means rope. How does the karma tie us down? Like that kind with that kind of rope. Karma, it means you are attached to that karma, the deeds that you already did. So generally all jivas, they have this karma pasha. We all have that. Even though one wants to attain mukti, the attachment to the karmas comes in the form of obstacles. Like if you want to do something that is really going towards Paramatma, you will come across some kind of obstacle, something will happen or some other thing. Those are all the papas, the test, or those are all the obstacles that are created by ourselves only in our previous lives, like that. Okay, it's not something because we think that it is Paramatma that is giving it. If any kind of obstacles like some papas and all, they come and they obstruct us like that. But sometimes Paramatma also tests us. That is also there. Either that or karma has to decrease or the attachment has to go away. And another thing to get rid of these karmas is to be not attached to them, which is very, very difficult. Okay. Generally, you have to experience or feeling non-attachment is the best way. Immediately one can get mukti. If you don't feel attached to any kind of actions that we do or we did or like that. And then in the previous Mahayugas, there was now so that is how till now we learned about how Kaveri, and we talked about how previous births, karmas, they make us take births again and again, or desires actually. Okay, they make us take births again and again. So another story, we covered this in a little bit in the Venkatachala Mahatmyam also, the same part. A little bit more is added to it. In the previous Mahayugas, in one Kruta Yuga, there was a Rakshasa called Vritrasura. And he Vritrasura, and he had the help of other Rakshasas clans called Kalakeyas and Nivatakavachas. There were about 30 million Kalakeyas. And
I have a question. Are these the people
yes.
like open in people's heads?
Yes, and opened it like Coca-Cola and drank the blood and they kept it like that. Yes, that's how. Yeah. And their mother is, this Kalakeya's mother is Salakatankata. Say that? Salakatankata. And the father is Kashyapa Prajapati. Father is Kashyapa Prajapati for everybody, guys. For all of us. For all of us.
You're telling me I believe the Kashyapa Prajapati.
Yes, everybody is. All of us are. And there were 10,000 Nivatakavachas. Huh?
Is Trump?
Yeah, even Trump, everybody, every being,
Putin?
everybody, Nana.
No.
Yes, everybody. And 10,000 Nivatakavachas. So with the help of Kalakeyas, now this using the help of Kalakeyas, Nivatakavachas, he defeated gods. And if you, these Nivatakavachas and Kalakeyas, they used to come behind and they used to beat devatas black and blue, and they used to disappear. And all the gods, they went to Brahma and asked for help. And Brahma said, I cannot. They asked, can you dry the ocean and all? He said, it's against the creation. I only create, I do not do all this kind of stuff. Vishnu and Rudra can actually dry up the ocean, but they also will not do the task. You guys have to take care of yourself. Otherwise, go to somebody. There is somebody called Sage Agastya there. He will help you. That's what he said.
What if he just instead invents like? Why don't he just like take the water, clone it, and use?
Why water himself is created by him? Why does he need? He does not need any other resources to create water. He is not doing any experiments there.
Finish.
Yes.
And he takes one thing to make something with the water, so you'll still be creating and keep the other like some sort of stasis chamber.
What are you saying? He does not want to remove the water. That's what he is saying. Because he doesn't want to. That's it. And how are these people? They were going to Swarga has two ways. We are talking about that here. Humans from mortal world, they do yajnas, tapas, donations, charity, all these kind of worship, good deeds and all. And then they go to the Swarga. But Rakshasas, they go directly there and occupy it because of the humongous strength they have. So just the way people occupy other places like that. So Indra did not have the power to kill Vritrasura till the Dadhichi's Vajrayudha came into existence. Till that. And then Brahma said that Vritra can be killed only by not by anyone, but there is a sage called Dadhichi. Go to him and ask him for his spinal cord. Okay, ask him to give away his body. Okay, and give his spinal cord. Out of the spinal cord, Vishwakarma will make, and using his bones and using his nerves, using all his whatever the parts of the body, Vishwakarma will make lot of weapons for devatas. Like that he said. And when his
spine used for Indra?
That's the Vajrayudha. Okay, and make a weapon out of it, and then with that weapon, and that weapon has to be kept in not wet and not dry also. So it's like, Nuraga meaning what you say, when you go to the ocean, when the, tides come in, there will be bubbles sort of thing, right?
Foam.
Foam. Thank you. Foam. Thank you so much.
Seriously?
No, I was not getting the term. I was telling so much stuff. Prakash Nandi. So the foam, he kept that in the foam and he killed Vritrasura with that weapon like that. But why did he do that? It is for good only. We will know it in detail later. So Indra took the idea anyways. And he killed. But what happened? The Kalakayas who were supporting Vritrasura, they escaped and they hid in the sea. Like if you remember how they used to come behind and they used to beat Devatas black and blue, and then they will go back and they will hide again like that. And if they hide in water, they cannot be seen. That is the boon that they got from the Brahma. Okay, even if they hide. So if they come near shore, then they can be seen and they can be actually killed, right? These Kalakayas, they actually killed 197 sages who were doing tapas in Vasishta's hermitage. And in Sage Agastya's ashrama, they killed 100 ascetics. And then they killed 20 of the important disciples of Sage Bharadwaja. Like even big, great Brahmarshis also, they are not able to save their own disciples or save their own friends and all who were there along with them, sort of. So, and that is the reason why the Kalakayas and the Nivata Kavachas, they need to be killed. So Brahma gave them Brahma, they say, in one this thing we learned about in Skanda Purana, we learned that Brahma told them to go to Sage Agastya. Here in this in Kashi Khanda Skanda Purana here. So from here they went to Brahma Loka, and then Brahma told them to Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu said, go to Sage Agastya. He can drain ocean waters. And for this thing, they went. And if you they went to Sage Agastya, and Sage Agastya actually readily agreed. Okay, here he said, here he took one other thing. Okay, he readily agreed, and the devatas were like, what is this sage? He did not even think, to twice or thrice he did say, oh, it's a big task or something like that. He did not say, just like that he agreed and all. And at that time, what happened? Sage Agastya came to Venkatachalam. Say that? Venkatachalam, and there he worshipped on Mukkoti Ekadashi on that day, Venkateshwara Swami with how many? 1 crore Champaka flowers. 10 million Champaka flowers. Okay, Champaka flowers meaning Sampangi flowers. And all these flowers were brought from the Kashi, Lopamudra Devi. She brought it in Akasha Marga. She brought it in the Akasha Marga, okay, to Kashi, the fresh flowers, and he worshipped them. He worshipped for 40 days continuously Champaka flowers. And then Lord Vishnu became very, at that time it was Varaha Venkateshwara Swami or at that time, not Srinivasa Venkateshwara Swami. Okay, and at the because of that, Lord Vishnu appeared in front of him because he got covered in the Champaka flowers. Okay, Champaka flowers, Sampangi flowers should never be used in worship of Shiva. Remember that. Never be used because Shiva kept them a curse. They can never be used. But Vishnu loves it. In the Vishnu form, the Paramatma loves it. In Vishnu form, he will take it. Yeah, and he will happily enjoy that. And then he gave the boon. He gave Sage Agastya a boon that, what is the boon? That you can keep all the 14 worlds in your tummy. I am giving you the ability. I am giving you the ability to be able to keep all the 14 worlds in your tummy, just like me, like that. And so now Agastya got the power to keep all the 14 worlds in his stomach. So what is the big deal with the ocean, right? It's very easy. So he went there and he said, okay, ocean, come here, like that. And everything came in one gulp, just only once. All the water came. And then he drank it. He just drank it. Okay, and then after that they found those Nivata Kavachas and Kalakayas, and they killed, and some of them ran to the Patala. Later they were killed by Arjuna. Okay, when Arjuna came, when in the Dwapara Yuga, they were killed by Arjuna later. Whoever ran away now. And so now what happened? They came, the gods, they all the devatas, they came to Sage Agastya and said, can you please get the water out again? Then he said, no, I told you yesterday also how Sage Agastya, whatever goes in, nothing comes out. There is nothing, no, there is no, his body is built like that. So, now what happened? Now, he did not get it out, and at that time, during that time, Indra and all the devatas, they used, he said, in the coming years, Bhagirath is going to come and he is going to bring the Ganga from Akasham to the earth, like that. From the sky, from the heavens, Ganga is going to come to the earth. So till then, you have to be like this only. So Indra made sure everybody in the whole wide world, they had water. He used to come and from the Swarga, he used to get a tirtha and he used to fill that tirtha in all the lakes with which people lived, like that. Okay. So Agastya did this also for the welfare of the world. So we are going to talk more about.
ఏంటి సముద్రాలు లేవా కొన్నాళ్ళు?
Levu. They were not there for some time. Okay, at that time, that's what Indra, they all filled the lakes and all until till Ganga came. It was not there. Okay. Now we are going to stop here for today. We are going to do it on Saturday again, Saturday afternoon. Okay.
Hopefully she'll remember to do
ఓకే అండి, నమస్తే. ఈడు శ్రీకర్ గారికి సిక్కున్నాడు బాగా.
ఏమైంది?
ఎవరు